Hey Cancer, welcome to my channel. This is going to be your February love and relationship reading. This reading, it doesn't only have to pertain to romance. It can be friendships, it can be family relationships, it can be business relationships, whatever connections that you have in your life, whether it be one in particular that you're thinking about, or maybe it's in regards to a group of people that you're dealing with or that you have a close connection to. This reading pertains to that connection, okay? Or multiple connections. Okay. Cancer, this is there is a need for you to allow yourselves to be loved. There's a situation from your past, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship, but there are those of you who have gone through a lot of turmoil and stress and depression. Excuse me. And it's very interesting that my throat became scratchy just now because I feel that, Cancer, you may need to speak up about some things. Your voice will set you free. There's something in your past that you tend to make a beeline for whenever certain things become uncomfortable in your relationship. For some of you, if you are committed, well, if you're committed or if you're dating someone, your mind may start to create the idea that the idea of this relationship not being what you had anticipated or expected it to be. The bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So this is speaking to you in regards to depression, anxiety, lack of sleep, okay? In regards to your past, and having a fear that the relationship that you're in now is going to repeat the same scenario in the past, or that this person that you're with is going to somehow repeat something that happened in your past, even if it has nothing to do with a relationship that happened to you in your past. This can be in regards to maybe your childhood, and this person may unintentionally make you feel in a negative way, the way, in regards to your past in the present moment. For those of you who are single, don't give up on connections with other people. Don't give up on relationships. Okay? Relationships are in this day and age, Cancer, even in a traditional sense from the past and past generations before the younger generation, the millennial generation came about, people have put a label on what relationships should be, on what marriage should be, or when you're supposed to get married, when is the deadline to settle down and get married, right? Or you can't be in a relationship or date or be in a sexual relationship if you're not married, right? There have been a lot of different labels and cookie cutter type notions that have dressed relationships in a certain way. And there may have been something that happened to you in the past, Cancer, or maybe some type of traditional mindset that has created a notion in your mind that my relationship should be like this. But Cancer, when it comes to relationships, it is a spiritual and an emotional experience, or it should be. And if it is not, then these relationships shouldn't exist, right? Even when if it's friendship, all relationships and connections should stimulate growth. It should bring some type of support into your life as well as in the other person's life. Both people have to grow in their own independent ways in their own lives in order to be able to unite and bring those powers and those abilities and those ideas together. Okay? Two souls coming into union is a very beautiful thing, Cancer. But because of what we've gone through in our lives in the past, or the way we've been trained, whether it be based on religion or based on what someone else has done to us, we create these notions and ideas that are far from true about relationships. Relationships, connections with other people, there's no such thing as the universe creating the rule that one person is made to be alone. There's no such thing. We're brought into this world through another person, through our mother's womb, right? So we were never just born out of nothing, right? There is a certain process within another human being that conceived us and brought us into this world and nurtured us. So there is no such thing as one human being having to be alone. Being alone is a decision that either we've made based on how other people have treated us in our lives. Okay? So there is a need to release that anxiety of feeling like you're not worthy, Cancer, or feeling like what's going to happen in the past is going to come back to you. You have the power to change that. Okay? We have the Three of Swords in the reverse here. So this is good energy. So there could be those of you who have finally just released that notion or that idea of, things going bad. Or you've met someone. There's someone in your lives that there's someone who has brought peace or has helped you kind of let go of this anxiety of, oh, they're going to hurt me, or this isn't going to work out. Or at least there is someone in your life that's trying to do this, but Cancer, you may have the idea that, oh, this is not turning out the way I wanted it to. Like I'm done. Don't jump the gun, Cancer, because with the four of, excuse me, I'm sorry, Cancer. With the Four of Cups here, this represents meditation. This card represents a number of things, but Cancer, for you, I feel that you may not be too happy with how a certain relationship is turning out, or the universe has given you someone and you are skeptical. It's not so much that you don't want it. Maybe some of you don't want this at all. For others of you, you're just a little skeptical. You're not really sure if this is going to work out. And whenever I see cup energy, I think of emotions. I think of the heart space. So there is something in regards to your heart space, your heart chakra, the emotional aspect of who you are, Cancer, because you are a water sign. You're allowing this to direct you. And I would be careful of that, Cancer. Don't allow your emotions of the past direct you. You should allow logic and intuition to guide you and direct you. And I do feel when it comes to meditation, Cancer, that is key. Maybe not meditation. For some of you, yes, this is meditation in the sense of, being by yourself, closing your eyes, focusing on your breath, listening to affirmations or listening to some type of meditation frequency or music. But for others of you, this meditation can also represent prayer. It can represent reading a book on, healthy relationships, or reading books on connections with other people, reading biographies or bibliographies on other people that may be going through or have gone through the same things you've gone through, listening to podcasts, on your own, going for a walk. Meditation is time alone. Time alone to reflect and illuminate your mind. And I feel that this is very important for you, Cancer. But this may be a little bit tricky for some of you, because when you're alone, your thoughts get the best of you. This is not about your thoughts. This is about your emotions and your spirit. You have to turn your thoughts on their head. You have to turn those thoughts upside down and just empty out your mind. That's going to take time. Because there's something here that is not being expressed. For some of you, Cancer, you have the Knight of Cups here. There is someone who has offered you something, or who in the month of February, or the month of February is going to begin the process of bringing this person to you. So this person may come to you in February, or February's energy will bring this at some point, maybe after February or the end of February, bring this person to you. Okay? Or maybe this is also you reaching out to someone else, but I feel like there is someone coming to you, and there might be another Cancer, or it might be an air sign, an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. But Cancer, or this can be a Pisces or Scorpio. I'm sorry, Cancer. But there is something that needs to be expressed, because the Knight of Cups it also represents expression, self-expression, expression of love, expression of the heart. So they're not just expressing your heart in a romantic way, or expressing your love to someone. It could be, for sure, for some of you. But this is also representing, if there are matters of your heart that are dark, or things that you're holding on to that are festering within yourselves and causing these thoughts to manifest and scare you and strike fear into you, that needs to be expressed as well. The past needs to be dealt with, Cancer. You have to trust that what the universe has given you within this person, or within a certain connection, or what the universe will give you, is going to be worth your while. Whether it's temporary or long term, it's going to be worth your while, and is going to push you further than you've allowed yourself to be pushed. Okay. So it's time to open up and express what needs to be expressed about your past, or about what are your fears, Cancer? What are some things that you're afraid of? Because I see here for you, Cancer, in your relationships, it's all internal. I don't see anything in regards to someone doing something terrible to you presently. There's something that happened to you in your past, for sure, that has scarred you, or has created this idea that dating is bad, or I'm never going to meet the right person, or whatever those toxic negative thoughts are for you, Cancer. For those of you out there listening or watching, this is, in the current moment, in the current time now, this is very internal. You're internalizing everything that's happened to you in your past. And it may be because you feel ashamed of what happened to you. You've been consumed by what happened to you, and you've internalized it and turned it on yourself as if you deserved it, or as if you are not worthy of anything better. You cannot allow your circumstances from the past, of what other people have done to you, Cancer, to beat you down because you didn't do those things. You didn't deserve those things, right? Life happened for some of you. But you cannot allow your circumstances to consume your inner being. You cannot allow it to determine what type of person you want to become towards the future, right? So let's see what your advice is. And I believe you have the card number 5 and it says goblins. And I believe that, I think Gemini got this one. So again, some of you guys may be dealing with an air sign, a Gemini, possibly a Libra or an Aquarius. But this, again, this is the past. This is the past festering, being held on to, because if you hold, I feel some of you guys get the feeling that if I hold on to the past, or I hold on, if I keep an eye out for whatever happened to me in the past, I'm gonna be able to run away from it in the future. You have to let the past be in the past, Cancer. You have the power to tell whatever negative energies that are bothering you to leave you alone, to be gone. Like, you don't have to submit and subject yourself to anything that repeats itself. If it repeats itself, it's because you have to face it, right? It's not because you have to run away from it. You have to face it and recognize it. And once you faced it and recognized it, and you said no more to allowing this energy to bother you, then the next time it comes back around, you face it again and you just say, you don't get to bother me anymore. You can't have my happiness. Face what needs to be faced head on, Cancer. Express what needs to be expressed. You can't bring these, because this card it says the goblins. So, sorry, my camera, I think it shows it backwards. But it says goblins. So these goblins, these festering energies from your past that you've held on to in your heart, you can't expect a relationship to grow if you're allowing these viruses to take form, to just spread. Because not only is it you're allowing it to affect you, it'll affect the relationship. It will affect other people or the person involved. And if you love someone and you care about them and you want to be with this person, you have to let that go. Now, for others of you, this is vice versa, where there's someone else who is holding on to these energies and not letting you in, Cancer. They have to let this go. For any cross watchers out there who are watching for the sign of Cancer, if this is what you're dealing with, you have to let go of your goblins. You have to let go of your past. Okay? Cancer, we have the whale card. It's that water energy again. Okay? More water energy. This is deeper wisdom, not being afraid to dive deeper and deeper into yourselves. You're a water sign. So you have to take courage and you have to understand your power as a water sign. Your sign is made of water. So why be afraid of who you are? Why? This is who you are. You are water. You can't just bury everything down and continue to compress it and suppress memories, because at some point it's going to be too much pressure and everything is just going to burst out to the forefront or burst and move up to the surface of your mind. And then you don't have a choice but to face it. You have to face your fears, Cancer. You have to express your fears. You have to express yourselves, not just the good parts. You have to express all aspects of yourself. What are you feeling? The throat chakra as well is very, very important for you, Cancer. Very, very important. You have to face your demons and let go of them. You have to face your demons and express what those demons have been doing to you for, could be a decade, could be 20 years, some of you all. You know, you guys may have been in a relationship for a long time and these demons have been messing with you, or you guys haven't dated in a long time and you know, you guys have been single, and it's because these demons have been following you around in your mind from your past. And there may be, I feel there is someone here who is going to come to you. You don't want to bring that into your relationship. And it's vice versa for the cross watchers, for those people who are who you're dealing with, Cancer. And then we have motion. It's time to move. You can't allow, because you have that water energy again, right? It's time to move forward. It's time to make a move. It's time to take action, not sit in fear with the 9 of Swords. Even though it came out in the reverse, this is no time for self-pity. There is no time in this relationship or connection that you're manifesting, or if you're in a relationship or connection already, there is no time for self-sabotage and to be stagnant and not move because you're afraid, or you're afraid that the past is going to haunt you. You have to just have courage. You have to scrounge up as much courage as you can to face that thing, to face that demon that is affecting you, and that is also possibly for some of you affecting your relationships. So for some of you guys, if you guys have a significant other or a friend who's always asking you, what's wrong, what's going on, and you constantly say nothing, or you feel like, oh no, I'm fine, you know, you just kind of, you know, fan it off as if it's nothing, stop yourself to think about, okay, if you guys, because sometimes people are very expressive. So for some of you, Cancer, you may be very expressive in your eyes or in your face. And people take note of that. So there's a reason why you have to be conscious of your body. What is your body doing? Is it tense all the time? Is your countenance or your eyebrows constantly clenched, or are, you know, is your face tight? You know, you have to think about, okay, what is my body doing? And why is it doing it? There's a reason why your body reacts to your emotions in a certain way. You have to question it. You can't just say, oh, it's nothing. And are you saying, is it nothing because it's too much to talk about? It's too much to kind of spill out? Find a way to communicate and express what is going on with you, Cancer, to your significant other or to your friends or family. Because people, I feel like there are people who are worried about you, whether you believe that or not. Okay? Don't allow your stubbornness with this demon that you're dealing with to cloud your judgment or cloud your mind or your awareness to what is truly going on with you. Okay? So I love you guys. Much love and light to you all. And I wish you guys all the very best of luck on this journey. And I hope to see you guys in your next video. All right. Take care, Cancer. Bye.